My papa was a moonshine driver. His cars weren't built for fun. His name was Let for Larry and bootlegging what he'd done. Prohibition was at its peak, and my papa had schedules he had to keep. Yes, his cars were built to run, loaded up with liquor to make his moonshine runs. Cruised at night without no lights to make his midnight runs. Left Foot Larry was a ladies' man and the fastest man in town. Yes, he liked his booze and the ladies too. He was the fastest man around. He drove for the likes of Pretty Boy Floyd and Bugs Moran, and he was the fastest man around. And he made it his nighttime runs. The untouchables or the U.S. Marshals would try and run him down. But Leadfoot Larry was no schmuck, his cars were fastest. Well, you can imagine, yes, the feds were a challenge. Yes, his cars were built to run, loaded up with liquor to make his moonshine runs. Cruised at night without no lights to make his midnight runs. Leadfoot Larry was a ladies' man and the fastest man in town. Yes, he liked his booze and the ladies too. He was the fastest man around. With his gas pedal to the floor, he couldn't give it anymore. And with metal plates in his doors, he made his nighttime runs. His engine's redlined and his car running hot. Leadfoot Larry would never stop. They shot at him at the state line, but he had quotas to keep, and he couldn't be beat. And the likes of Al Capone wouldn't accept defeat. Yes, his cars were built to run, loaded up with liquor to make his moonshine runs. Cruised at night without no lights to make his midnight runs. Leadfoot Larry was a ladies' man and the fastest man in town. Yes, he liked his booze and the ladies too. He was the fastest man around. Even with cops on his tail, he never failed to make his midnight runs. He loved the feel of the steering wheel and ice running his veins. He rolled the dice and didn't think twice to beat the express train. Larry was the fastest man around. Yes, his cars were built to run, loaded up with liquor to make his moonshine runs. Cruised at night without no lights to make his midnight runs. For Larry was no schmuck and he liked to, well, he was a ladies' man. With his hands on the wheel and the devil's in his eyes, he'd roll the dice every time he made that car slide. He was the fastest man in town, yes, the fastest man around. Yes, he liked his booze and the ladies too. He was the fastest man around. Oh yeah, drive that car, son. His mason jar were 100% proof, and they would send you through the roof, headed for that speakeasy where you could have some fun, is what my papa done.